Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 6. You could feel every word he sang. That's what made Johnny's music stay with you, a fellow musician once remarked. Johnny Tillotson, whose voice graced radios across the world, touched hearts with every note. He passed away at age 86 from complications of Parkinson's disease, leaving behind a rich legacy of heartfelt songs and devoted fans. With a unique blend of pop and country, Johnny carved a path that felt both fresh and timeless. Poetry in Motion became his breakout hit, soaring high on the charts and capturing the spirit of an era. From then on, his sound was unmistakable, tender, sincere, and full of soul. It Keeps Right On A-Hurtin not only earned him a Grammy nomination but also found its way into the repertoires of legends like Elvis Presley. His music spoke to love, loss, and longing, connecting effortlessly with people from every walk of life. Johnny didn't just record hits, he performed them with heart. He toured across the globe, bringing joy to audiences everywhere with his warmth on and off the stage. Over 5 decades, he remained remarkably humble, always thanking the fans who supported his journey. His wife Nancy, whom he shared 45 beautiful years with, lovingly said, "He was the sweetest, kindest man I ever met." Her words echoed what so many felt. Johnny Tillotson was as gracious as he was talented. In his final days, he released one last song, a quiet, emotional gift to the world that reminded us of the voice we first fell in love with so many years ago. Though he is no longer with us, Johnny's music continues to bring comfort and joy. His influence on pop and country music still lives on in the sound of today's artists. He is survived by his beloved Nancy, dear friends, and generations of fans whose lives were brighter because of his songs. Johnny Tillotson's story may have ended, but his melody will never fade. Tributes to Johnny Tillotson. Number 5. An actor knows they've done something right when the people remember the character, but love the person behind it even more. These words, often said by Arsenio Campos during interviews, reflect the humble spirit of a man millions admired on and off screen. Arsenio's presence lit up the world of Mexican television and cinema for more than 50 years. His ability to breathe life into every role, from honorable protagonists to unforgettable villains, made him a household name. With standout performances in classic telenovelas like Bodas de Odio, Corazón Salvaje, El Noveno Mandamiento, and Soy tu dueña, Arsenio became a defining figure of the genre. Audiences also embraced him on the big screen, in films such as Para Servir a Usted and The Gates of Paradise. Each character he portrayed carried depth, heart, and authenticity. Born in Tijuana and raised with a lifelong passion for storytelling, Arsenio built a legacy rooted in versatility and integrity. Whether appearing in a short scene or leading a multi-episode arc, his presence always commanded attention. Off-screen, Arsenio was a devoted husband to Maria Teresa Santoscoy and a proud father of 2 children, Arsenio and Alexandra. Alexandra has shared that she plans to follow her father's path in acting, an echo of his legacy continuing on. Arsenio passed away peacefully on April 1st at the age of 79. After a short illness. His family, friends, and countless fans have come together to celebrate his extraordinary life. Co-stars and collaborators have filled social media with memories and gratitude. One fellow actor wrote, "He could transform any role into something iconic, but it was his warmth behind the scenes that always stayed with us. His kindness, professionalism, and quiet strength made him not just an admired actor, but a beloved human being." Though he has taken his final bow, his work and spirit continue to influence artists across the generations. Tributes to Arsenio Campos. Number 4. She saved lives, inspired futures, and never stopped showing up for others, even when it was hard. With that quiet strength and fierce dedication, Hailey Okula became a guiding light for nurses across the world. Known to many as Nurse Hailey, she shared not just tips and tools, but her heart, transforming the way new nurses entered the field. At just 33, Hailey passed away due to a rare complication during childbirth, shortly after bringing her son, Crew, into the world. Her sudden loss is deeply felt by her husband, Matthew, and an online community of nearly 1 million people she motivated daily. Originally an emergency room nurse, Hailey didn't stop at the hospital doors. She launched RN New Grads, a platform that helped thousands of nurses study smarter, interview better, and face their first shifts with confidence. Her ER cheat sheet became essential reading. She knew what they needed because she'd been there, and she delivered it with guidance, honesty, and empathy. Beyond scrubs and textbooks, Hailey gave people hope. She publicly shared the ups and downs of her IVF journey, offering comfort and community to others battling infertility. Her videos weren't just informative, they were brave, raw, and filled with love. She showed the world that strength lives in vulnerability. Matthew, a firefighter with the Los Angeles Fire Department, shared these words. "Hailey was my home, my compass, and my greatest pride. Her courage never wavered, not in work, not in our journey to become parents, and not in her final hours. Hailey's legacy lives on in every nurse she helped feel seen, in every person who found courage through her story, and in the son she longed for and gave everything to bring into the world. She may not be here to raise him, but her spirit will guide him, just as it guided so many." Hailey Okula is survived by her husband Matthew and their baby son Crew. Her legacy is one of care, courage, and compassion, a legacy that lives on every time someone answers the call to help another. Tributes to Hailey Okula. Number 3. They called him Happy Fella John Vella. And it wasn't just a rhyme. It was the truth. With a warm smile, fierce loyalty, and a relentless drive, John Vella lit up every room and anchored every huddle. His presence, whether on the field or in his iconic Raider locker room store, made fans feel seen and teammates feel supported. John passed away peacefully at the age of 74, after a brief illness. Though he's gone, the spirit he brought to the game and to Raider Nation is still very much alive. Long before his name echoed in football stadiums, John was a young man chasing dreams in California. At USC, he made waves playing both football and baseball. That passion led him to the Oakland Raiders, where he was drafted in the early 70s and became a key figure on one of football's most legendary offensive lines. Over 9 seasons in the NFL, including 8 with Oakland and 1 with Minnesota, John played 92 games and started nearly half. His proudest moment came in Super Bowl 9, when he helped lead the Raiders to victory over the Vikings. With strength and grit, John protected the quarterback and earned the loyalty of his teammates. But he wasn't just tough. He was joyful. Teammates remember his humor in the locker room and his unshakable positivity during tough stretches. Even as he faced opposition on the field, or challenges in life, he carried himself with grace and determination. After hanging up his cleats, John channeled his Raider pride into a new venture. His store, John Vella's Raider Locker Room, became a beacon for Oakland fans. It wasn't just a shop, it was a community. And John was its heart. The Raiders honored him with a moving tribute, saying, "The prayers of the entire Raider Nation are with the Vella family at this time." That family includes not just loved ones, but the thousands whose lives he touched along the way. He was a champion, a role model, and a proud Raider forever. Tributes to John Vella. Number 2. Jiří was not just a player but a true ambassador for ice hockey. His spirit and dedication will be missed. With those words, a fellow teammate captured the essence of Jiri Kochta, a man whose passion for the game shaped generations. Jiří passed away at the age of 78 after a brief illness. His name became a symbol of excellence not only in Czechoslovakia, but throughout international hockey circles. Known for his fierce competitiveness and smooth style on the ice, Jiří played with heart every shift. His journey began in Prague, but his impact reached far beyond. He wore the Czechoslovak national jersey with unmatched pride. In 2 Olympic Games, he helped earn a silver and a bronze medal. At the World Championships, he stood on the podium numerous times, taking gold, silver, and bronze across 7 tournaments. At home, fans admired his talent with teams like ČKD Praha and HC Dukla Jihlava. Abroad, he brought energy and leadership to clubs in Germany, gaining admiration from fans and teammates across borders. After hanging up his skates, he moved behind the bench. As a coach, he passed on his knowledge with care, mentoring young players and coaching teams in Germany with the same dedication he showed on the ice. Those who knew Jiří remember more than his stats. They speak of a man who listened, who taught, and who always carried himself with quiet strength. He brought people together, not just on the rink, but in life. Today, the ice hockey world mourns one of its greats. Yet in every rink where young players dream big, and in every cheer from the stands, traces of Jiří's legacy remain. His family, friends, and fans will carry his memory forward, with pride, with gratitude, and with love. Tributes to Jiri Kochta. What's trending on the internet? News 1. A close-knit New York community is remembering 2 beloved siblings and educators whose legacy of kindness, service, and dedication lives on. Lorette and Jacques Laprairie, both teachers in Suffolk County, passed away just 3 months apart, leaving behind a powerful example of compassion and connection. Lorette, 56, was a 4th-grade teacher at Ridge Elementary School, and was cherished by students and colleagues alike. She was truly the teacher every child would want as their own, said Superintendent Lance Lohman. Her gentle, encouraging nature made every child feel capable and loved. Her brother Jacques, 61, shared the same passion for education. A physical education teacher at Tacon Elementary and assistant football coach at Smithtown West, Jacques was admired for his mentorship and humility. Known as Gentleman Jack, he left a mark both on the field and in the hearts of his students. Both siblings battled the same rare inflammatory condition, sarcoidosis. Though unconfirmed as a cause of death, their shared strength in facing challenges has inspired many. Jacques' son, Jacques Jr., described his father as his best friend and role model. "We were always together. He never missed a moment," he said. The Laprairie's lives touched hundreds of families. Their legacy is not only in the lessons they taught, but in the love and leadership they showed every day. The community continues to celebrate their impact, holding on to the joy and encouragement they gave so freely. News 2. A Texas community is coming together to honor the lives of a devoted family lost in a heartbreaking accident. 17-year-old Connor McCafferty, a standout student athlete, and his parents, Megan and Clint, were tragically killed on March 31st while traveling to a baseball game. According to officials, the family had just left Connor's golf tournament in Brenham and were en route to the next event when their vehicle was struck by an 18-wheeler in a construction zone on Highway 36 in Milano. All three were pronounced dead at the scene. The accident is still under investigation. Connor's younger sister, Kelsey, was not in the car at the time and is now being embraced by the Rogers ISD and local community. Rogers ISD Superintendent Dwana Brashear described the tragedy as overwhelming and reminded students and staff they are not alone, with counselors on site at all campuses. "Please keep this family in your prayers. Love each other," she wrote. Connor's baseball team, GPS Legends, paid tribute to him and his parents, calling them a truly incredible family gone way too soon. Team founder Brandon Puffer remembered Connor as a fierce competitor with a kind heart, shaped by the love and support of his family. To keep his spirit alive, the team plans to hang Connor's jersey in the dugout at every game, a lasting reminder of his talent, kindness, and the family that stood behind him every step of the way. News 3. Police in Manchester, New Hampshire are continuing their efforts to uncover answers in the case of a newborn baby girl found in a local pond, and are now calling on the public for help. Known only as Baby Jane Doe, the infant was discovered in Pine Island Pond on March 27th. Authorities are treating the case as a suspicious death and are working closely with the New Hampshire Attorney General's office and state police. At a recent press conference, Manchester Police Chief Peter Marr shared that more than 50 tips have come in, helping investigators narrow the timeline. They now believe the baby was placed in the water between Tuesday, March 25th and Thursday, March 27th. A full autopsy has been conducted, and while officials are awaiting additional lab results, the department emphasized that it is still too early to release further details. Police are urging anyone who visited Pine Island Park during that time frame to check their photos or videos and report anything unusual. They're also asking for information about anyone who was recently pregnant, but no longer appears to have a child. Despite the heartbreaking nature of this case, Chief Marr highlighted the community's strong response and praised those who have stepped forward so far. "We are determined to find answers," he said, encouraging continued cooperation. "With your help, we hope to bring resolution to this case and ensure every voice is heard, even the tiniest among us." News 4. A Texas community is mourning the tragic loss of a 6-month-old baby girl following a devastating dog attack at an apartment complex in Baytown. The heartbreaking incident occurred on April 1st, just after 3:45 p.m., inside the family's residence on East James Avenue. According to local reports, the infant's mother, who had recently moved into the neighborhood, sought help from a neighbor while holding her injured child. "She knocked on my door, baby in hand. Blood was everywhere. The mother was just devastated," a neighbor shared. Emergency services were called immediately, and the baby was rushed to the hospital. Despite the efforts of medical teams, the child sadly passed away from her injuries. Baytown Animal Services responded to the scene and took custody of 2 pit bull mixes. Officials confirmed that the dog involved in the attack was approximately 1 year old and had not shown previous signs of aggression. The second dog, which was secured in a kennel at the time, was not involved. The family has since agreed to surrender the dog for humane euthanasia. Authorities continue to support the family as the investigation unfolds. While this incident has deeply shaken the community, many neighbors have come together to offer support and prayers for the grieving family. Local leaders are urging residents to check in on one another and promote safety and awareness around pets. The Baytown Police Department is encouraging anyone with questions or concerns to reach out for further guidance and resources. News 5. Authorities in London continue their dedicated search for 11-year-old Hailey Okula, who went missing after entering the River Thames on March 31st. The young girl was reportedly enjoying a day off from school when she was last seen near Barge House Causeway, close to London City Airport. Emergency services responded within minutes of receiving the call and launched an extensive recovery effort. Drones, boats, and multiple agencies are involved in the operation, as teams work tirelessly to bring answers to her family. Chief Superintendent Dan Card confirmed that Hailey's loved ones are receiving support during this incredibly difficult time. "We remain committed to finding Hailey and are continuing a wide-ranging search," he he said. Witnesses at the scene described a distressing moment when children were seen asking for help after Kalia disappeared beneath the water. One local resident found what is believed to be Kalia's coat, shoes, and socks near the riverbank, and immediately alerted authorities. Though the situation is heartbreaking, the outpouring of support from the community has brought comfort. Neighbors, schoolmates, and local residents have expressed hope and unity, with many leaving flowers and notes near the river's edge. As the search continues, officials ask anyone who may have been in the area or has relevant footage to contact police. The community remains hopeful that answers will come soon. News 6. Quincy Brown is mourning the loss of his great-grandmother Lila Mae Starr, who passed away peacefully at the age of 93. The beloved matriarch was the grandmother of the late Kim Porter and left a lasting legacy of warmth, strength, and love within her family. Quincy, 33, shared the heartbreaking news on Instagram, writing, "My heart is shattered. I love you, Grandma Starr," alongside a tribute photo. The family's message describes Starr as someone whose kindness and unwavering spirit will forever remain in our hearts, asking for prayers and support during this time. Starr was a cherished presence in the lives of her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. In 2021, Quincy posted heartfelt photos from her 90th birthday celebration, expressing his deep admiration. "To see my beautiful great-grandmother this happy really means the world to me." Her passing comes more than 6 years after the loss of Kim Porter, who died in 2018 at age 47. Quincy has spoken publicly about continuing his mother's legacy, calling it beyond words and just beginning to come to life. Though the family is grieving, they are focused on celebrating Lila Mae's life and the joy she brought to generations. A statement shared on social media said details about services will be announced soon. In the face of loss, Quincy's tribute is a reminder of the enduring bonds of family and love that last well beyond a lifetime. News 7. Teddi Mellencamp is opening up about her ongoing battle with cancer, confirming that her illness has progressed to stage 4. The 43-year-old reality star shared an emotional health update with her fans, expressing gratitude for the outpouring of love and support. "I thought I had already beaten it," Mellencamp admitted in a heartfelt Instagram video, revealing that doctors recently found 4 new tumors. While the news was difficult, she remains determined and hopeful, continuing treatment with immunotherapy and radiation. Despite the emotional toll, Mellencamp is staying focused on recovery. "Some days I feel really strong, and some days I feel really sad and alone," she said. "But that's okay. Stage 4 cancer can be scary, but I'm not giving up." Originally diagnosed with melanoma in 2022, Mellencamp has faced numerous procedures and treatments. In February 2025, she underwent surgery to remove 4 brain tumors. Additional tumors were later discovered on her brain and lungs, prompting continued care. Now resting and listening to her body, Mellencamp says she's motivated by the future she envisions for herself and her children. "I'm thinking about all the goals I have, and that gives me strength." Her candid message is resonating with many who find hope in her resilience. Mellencamp's story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of awareness, second opinions, and emotional support during a health crisis. "I believe better days are ahead," she shared, and for many watching, her courage is already an inspiration. Number 1. She didn't just play roles, she lived them. Margarita breathed life into every word she spoke on stage. With that kind of reverence, generations of Albanians remember Margarita Xhepa, a name that symbolized grace, strength, and artistic excellence. At 93, she passed away peacefully, leaving behind a legacy that helped shape the soul of Albanian theater and film. Her career began on the stage of the National Theatre in Tirana. There, she portrayed unforgettable characters in works by Chekhov and Schiller, each role more layered than the last. Over time, she took on over 150 theater roles and appeared in 32 films, becoming a true pillar of Balkan theater. But it wasn't just the number of roles, it was how she transformed them into milestones of art. One of her crowning achievements came with the International Award for her role as Lady Mother in Who Brought Dorantina. Audiences across Europe were moved to tears. Her performance was raw, honest, and unforgettable. She was honored with the title People's Artist of Albania, a recognition of her lifelong dedication and her profound influence on cultural life. But beyond her titles and accolades, Margarita was a mentor and guide. Many younger actors credit her for lighting their artistic path. Offstage and off-screen, she was known for her warmth. Always encouraging, always kind. She listened more than she spoke, and when she did speak, her words carried weight and wisdom. Her son, Johnny Xhepa, confirmed her passing. While the news was expected, it still leaves a quiet void in the hearts of those who admired her. In her memory, a fellow artist shared, "She leaves behind more than memories. She leaves behind meaning." Margarita Xhepa's artistic journey touched not just Albania, but the wider world. Though she has left the stage, her voice, her presence, and her impact echo on. Tributes to Margarita Xhepa. "You don't look like you're having any fun." Those were the words Val Kilmer once said as Doc Holliday, sharp, enigmatic, and unforgettable. That same spirit defined Kilmer himself, a trailblazer who brought complexity and allure to every role he took.